We assume we are simply using our devices to navigate the world. In reality, our devices are studying us like subjects in a lab. Research shows that the average person taps, swipes, or clicks their screen 2,617 times every single day. This staggering volume of interaction is driven by the ludic loop. It is a psychological cycle defined by 3 distinct stages: uncertainty, anticipation, and feedback. This cycle creates the appearance of a harmless habit, but it functions through a carefully calculated psychological pressure. These 2,600 daily interactions are the intended output of an interface designed to capture and hold our attention through the mechanics of constant uncertainty. The casino industry mastered this biology decades ago through variable rewards. When payouts are completely randomized, the human brain develops an intense, compulsive need to keep playing the game. Checking your screen operates on the exact same circuitry. You might find an interesting email, a massive wave of social validation, or absolutely nothing. The gap between a potential reward and total disappointment creates friction in your mind. The only way to relieve that tension is to check the device again. Your smartphone operates as a highly efficient slot machine, converting idle human time into an addictive, high-stakes behavioral cycle. In 2009, a designer named Lauren Brichter needed a clean way to update Twitter feeds, so he created the pull-to-refresh motion. That single, intuitive physical action inadvertently digitized the mechanical lever of a slot machine for hundreds of millions of users. Brichter now heavily restricts his own invention. To protect himself, he blocks websites, limits his messaging apps to 2 close friends, and physically abandons his phone in the kitchen by 7 p.m. every night. Justin Rosenstein, the engineer who wrote the code for the Facebook like button, describes the feature as delivering bright dings of pseudo-pleasure that seduce the brain into coming back for more. The architects who built the foundation of our digital world are now adopting radical, paranoid measures to disconnect from their own systems. Biologists call this an evolutionary mismatch. Ancient survival instincts are colliding directly with modern technology. For millions of years, human survival depended on secure, predictable community belonging. The internet exploits that primal drive, replacing genuine connection with shallow, artificial social validation. Consider the notification dot. Designers initially made it blue to blend in, but users ignored it. They switched it to red because red is a trigger color, a biological alarm signal that commands immediate visual attention. Triggering these visual alarms floods your brain's dopamine pathways. It traps the mind in an endless search for a satisfying sense of closure that never arrives. Over time, this overloads your neural circuits. The result is continuous partial attention, a state where your cognitive capacity is damaged and your ability to focus is severely limited. By targeting these biological vulnerabilities, tech companies have successfully weaponized millions of years of evolution to maximize their profit margins. To break this biological hack, tech insiders use strict physical hardware barriers. Some purchase brand new phones and instruct their assistants to install parental locks, while others wire their home routers to outlet timers to force the internet off. They target the neurological triggers directly by switching their screens to grayscale to neutralize the bright red dopamine traps. This requires severe behavioral purges. They eradicate all push notifications, utilize plugins to delete news feeds, and physically banish charging stations from their bedrooms. If the billionaire creators of these products require extreme technological and physical interventions to resist them, relying on individual willpower is a guaranteed failure. You are operating inside the attention economy. It is a massive, centralized system that structurally privileges human impulse over rational intention. To maintain maximum engagement, this system actively fuels a perpetual cognitive style of outrage and sensationalism. Nuance doesn't hold attention, but anger does. The ultimate societal consequence is an erosion of human will. We are slowly degrading our collective ability to remember, to reason, and to make independent decisions, which brings the story directly back to your physical reality, right now, at this exact second. How long can you sit in silence after this video ends? And the next time you reach to turn a screen back on, who is truly in control of that action?